Welcome everyone to the show. I'm Harry Truman, your president, and this is McCarthy, and this is Joseph Stalin, and to my right is Winston Churchill. Today we will be talking about the War on Terror and the Cold War.
To solve the future, we must look to the past.
To start us off, McCarthy, tell us how you think we should stop communism.
I think that the real solution starts at home. If we are standing strong together against communism, then we will succeed.
Well, that's what you think, you twit. You are killing my innocent people by these unjust trials. You never even gave him a chance. You just jumped to the conclusion that a man is proven guilty before innocence.
Calm down now, you capitalist idiots.
Idiots? How so?
You wasted money on the things like the Marshall Plan and the Truman Doctrine when these countries would have been better communists. Ach, in communism we are equal. No one is left behind and everyone is safe from poverty.
You red-faced freak, in communism everyone is equally poor. There is no poverty because poverty is the norm.
Yes, I agree that this is why we kept communism contained. I don't want more of Stalin's running around, and that is why it was wise of them to build the Iron Curtain. Even though you nasty Reds created the Berlin blockade, we were quick to respond with the Berlin airlift, so we could support people who were suffering because of communism, with food, fuel, and other important supplies.
Anyway, this is how we dealt with the problem back then. But how do you want to deal with the current issue? Our first guest who will be questioning today is a fellow capitalist who served in the First and Second War as a noblesome warrior, Douglas MacArthur.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
So, MacArthur, I'm sure you are familiar with the current issue that's going on. Tell me how you deal with it.
Well, Winston, it's quite simple, really. The only way to destroy them is at the heart. So we need to capture all these murderers and get all the information out of them that we can, and so we can discover these morons and shoot them down.
Well, how exactly would you find them and get the information, Douglas?
It's easy. You find the bloody terrorists by studying their behavior and habits, and also by listening to Obama and using the dang Patriot Act. And for the information part, well, a few persuasive threats will do nicely. It worked then, so why not now?
There are some people who are against the Patriot Act because it is a lot like the Big Brother communism idea that takes away your privacy.
Well, for these wussies, it's simple. Either you have something to fear or you don't. If you want the problem solved, then sometimes you just have to compromise.
Fool! This is why we were fired. Use your fist instead of your hand.
Now, old man, listen here.
Stop! I already have a headache. MacArthur, it was nice having you. Thank you for your time.
Next we have Dwight Eisenhower, who is a great friend of mine.
Nice to see you, Mr. President.
Hi, Eisenhower. So, good fellow, what say you to the relationship of past and present?
Well, I think that we should be looking at my doctrine from the Cold War and seeing how it helped us tremendously back then. I think we should again support countries with these terrorist problems with military and financial stability.
Yes, I see your point. Thank you.
Well, I say this. If there's something bad that you rather not have, just bomb them.
Just bomb them.
And if they also make bombs like Iranian slobs, just bomb them.
Just bomb them.
Because your people are your people and you've got to stay strong, so bomb them.
Yeah, bomb them.
Word.
Word. Okay, so thank you for bringing up that this is also a brinkmanship kind of deal here between the U.S. and Iran, Stalin. Anyway, Stalin, do you have someone you would like to have on the show?
Yes, but, one moment, I call them.
If there's something bad that you rather not have, just bomb them. Just bomb them. And if they also make bombs like Iranian bombs, just bomb them. Just bomb them.
Hello?
Hello, Nikita? Yes, we were just wondering here on Warriors U what you think about the war on terror and how it is like the Cold War.
Well, I think it is wrong what they are doing. They are going around and accusing Muslims like McCarthy did to random people that they are terrorists. I remember when Ethel Rosenberg and her husband were accused out of the blue. May they rest in pieces. Those people did nothing wrong, you know.
Yes, of course I know.
We all know they were spies, and at times like these, you must ask yourselves how badly you want this resolved, because sometimes the solution is not going to make you happy, but it will bring you what you want.
Stop. Okay, so our next guest is George Marshall, who is a man I respect and cherish very much.
Hey, Harry.
George, if you can recall the Iron Curtain, which I'm sure you do you think we have one now?
Well, not physically, but yes, I do think we do. I've brought with me my friend Chankei Shek here, who will tell you of his experience of just getting here today.
Hello. Well, as I was boarding my plane here, they had to scan me and my bag so many times, and I had to fill out a sheet asking what I brought. I was interrogated for about 3 hours. Your Homeland Security is your Iron Curtain. No man with bad or good intentions can peacefully enter America. Now listen here, Shaq. This is just for the good of our country.
You think you had it bad? It took me forever to get here with the stupid armies thinking my phone was a bombing device or something.
Okay, let's calm down. It was for the good of our nation.
Whatever. I realized how nasty the US was when they created NATO. If you guys really don't want to make enemies, then don't pick favorites. You didn't even let us in on it.
But you had the Warsaw Pact.
Yes, after you had NATO, but the pact fell apart so quickly it was a failure.
Well, alright, that's not our fault. Our last guest will be Mr. Zedong. Mr. Zedong, can you remember anything about the Berlin airlift?
I can.
Well, do you think we should be providing support to the countries who are stuck in the middle of war and need aid?
Not really, no, I don't believe so. First of all, the US should have nothing to do with this at all. They shouldn't be providing aid to anyone. And if you can't fight against something, maybe you should just learn to accept it.
You commie son of a gun, have you ever heard of the common good? Our morals led us to make that decision, and I'm sure Harry agrees that it was a dang good one, and I would do it again.
Well, the way I see it is, if we don't show our support, they will forget us and fall to communism or terrorism. And if one country falls, it will set a trend and all will fall to their knees.
And what is so bad about that?
Never mind. That is all the time we have today, folks. Oh, and if you look under your seats, you will find a bag containing a U.S. flag, $100, and an anti-terrorism, anti-communism guide. Thank you and good night.